Now, there are services, Mark, right, that if you pay, they will match you to prospective board openings. What's your take on that?
So I believe that they're valuable, but I also believe that they're extremely saturated. So to me, I've always taken the approach of kind of going, I'm somewhat of a nonconformist in this space, so I don't want to sound like I'm knocking any of those groups. They definitely have their value, but I've always liked to stay in control of my own destiny. And I do that personally by making sure I'm viewed particularly and being in front of the faces of folks that make those decisions myself. I really don't want to always put that in somebody else's hands. And maybe it is that a combination of that formal route of the searches and also packaging yourself up and marketing yourself on your own terms, a combination of that is probably the best way to do it.
What about professional training, Mark, specific to a board of director role? Is that available? Where can it be found? How do you vet where the right source is? How do you address that one?
Sure. So the organizations I mentioned earlier, like NACD as an example, they have through their certification for fellowship, you can work your way up the ranks there, and you're getting trained at the same time you're getting certified. On my website, I've actually jumped on that bandwagon also simply years ago, simply due to the fact that the question is out there. Number one, how do I prepare myself? How do I package myself? And then how do I make sure that I'm staying effective in my board role once I've landed that role? So there's larger organizations out there. I personally like through the mentorship of mentors I've leveraged over the years, and myself, I'm a mentor to certain board directors at all stages of their career. It really is about asking if you're going a more personal route. And if you're going through the larger organizations, knowing that you can get your certification and your experience and I'll say your education at the same time. But for those on the call today, and not to do any shameless pitching, but on my website you will see a consulting area there that directly caters towards this. And I like to think it's a more of a one-on-one approach that allows someone to progress at their own pace.